Dance is passion. For some, it's also a business that's changing as fast as the tempo of its music. Amsterdam is one city that's dedicated space and resources to the growth of dance. It stimulates the exchange of creative ideas, but it also celebrates the many aspects of dance in practice. For in order to capture the future sound of dance, you need to meet the people keeping the passion alive.
Music is a way to escape the world that they live in.
It's celebrating life.
It's a way to express yourself, I guess.
It's like breathing air.
Being together with friends, going out, having a good time.
We're all part of like a dance community.
In the end, it's for the love of the music and the love of doing the party.
A little holiday in your mind.
You can be free, basically.
The dance music industry isn't new. It started when music instruments were merchandised and produced enough sound for people to dance to. Styles of dance music have also gone through a revolution, from pop music in the 60s to new roots in the UK rave and house music scene during the end of the 1980s. And where we dance is changing too, from the excitement of public acid house events in Ibiza to by invitation only exclusive parties organised through the internet. The industry is constantly reinventing itself.
I think it's ironic that someone can get paid $50,000 for playing other people's music that they didn't create purely because they're good at beat matching.
Even though dance music comes from Chicago and after that Detroit and New York, but it's really England that made it a commercial success, and through England and through acid house it became really, really big.
All the big hits, I think, they're still starting up in the clubs out of the underground scene, and it always will be, you know.
And everything starts underground, but it later becomes mainstream.
Someone like Chesto, who really moved into the pop area and tries to become a pop star. There is one moment where the dance crowd will say, okay, enough is enough.
The DJs are almost like portable marketing platforms. By the nature of them playing all different people's records, they're helping people to hear those records.
And sort of to actually get the full impact of what electronic music is and means, you have to sort of actually fill it with your own experience.
Digital electronics have empowered both musicians and performers. Equipment to compose and duplicate great ideas has plummeted in price, so that those with passion but restricted finances can also join in the creative club. There may be more out there. Has all this technology meant more original material or just more of the same?
When you ask someone who really loves electronic music why, they tell you for hours why.
Yeah.
Because they're very passionate about it.
It's always really small companies, people who are completely into the music, people who believe in it, people who live this life, and they make it big.
People like that, really, you know, who are doing their own thing, that aren't following trends, who are setting trends, them sort of guys.
What you see now is that a lot of nonsense is going, out the window, as it were. And you see more focus with people who go to clubs and DJs for like really good music, and they're not so much interested in who's playing it or what club it is, as long as it's good. And I hope that's a development that will continue.
A lot of dance acts are becoming much more live, much more audience participation, and I think there's going to be much more convergence as dance becomes more mainstream, with people going to live gigs, and that's very interesting. But it's becoming just as commercial as anything else, let's face it.
We had like German hip-hop being very popular. Now I can absolutely see electronic music, good electronic music, being completely on top of the game again in, let's say, 1 or 2 years in the German market.
Yeah, I mean, there has been some, cross-genre projects, which is exciting, and that's good. I mean, that's healthy in music, that certain genres look at other genres for influence, If you're just going to be tunnel vision, I'm going to do house music and take no influence, it's a little bit boring, it's a bit one-dimensional, Why not look at rock and then bring guitars into house? Why not look at hip-hop and bring a rap artist into house? That's cool, that's healthy, I think.
So, and it's good, of course, to have like a crossover record or whatever to explore your name in the music industry and in the dance scene.
Now every kid with a computer can start getting into it, and it's a whole new platform for them to express their creativity.
It's great to see how young guys, they really work hard, and they've been working hard so many years. They really deserve to make some money out of it.
It's really nice that people like Derek May or Ferry Kosten are willing to tell something about their experience in the music industry or which things they work with making music. So that's really nice.
So what kinds of things are we seeing to make sure that new blood comes through and keeps the industry fresh and appealing to a new generation with the changing of the guard? Clearly the advent of new media and technology allows new talent to experiment and demonstrate that talent can come from bedrooms in London to backstreet clubs of Buenos Aires or Shanghai and Tokyo.
So this is a chance for today, these 3 days, to get more information on trance DJs, because I already have the market in Japan to represent. I just need the right artists to work with.
I'd really like to see the artists earning money on the hard work they put into it.
And it's good that there is a new talent standing up.
I always feel like the label daddy, and when I see my guys jumping up and down on stage having a good time and the crowd is enjoying them, I'm really proud. I'm standing on the side and I'm just, it's great to see.
But surely the superstar DJs of today, who have trailblazed their way to global superstardom and millions of fans, didn't always have it so easy. They must have started somewhere themselves.
I was very excited about it, the whole acid house thing sounded like it came out of space, and just a brand new sound and a whole new attitude, and the whole thing with computer music was very apparent, the loop-based music.
In the summer of '88, that was really the beginning in the Netherlands. There were a lot of British people coming over here who took it over to Amsterdam, and that summer it really happened, really exploded in Amsterdam too.
I've become good friends with Dave Lee. He influenced me, said, look, you should start making music. It's the next way to elevate your career, and it's something I wanted to do.
I just bought myself a computer with all the software programs and just went behind it, went through the manuals and just tried it out, and every year the sound became better.
And I've seen it evolve into, this big thing that it is now.
There's a huge interest now. There's lots of young kids getting into it. Asia was amazing to see how many just young VJs there are, and the Asian kids are really into electronics and computers, so for them it's, totally part of the electronic dance culture.
Japan is developing so much, even there also trance and techno and all the other stuff is so major big, which you can't believe, and the reaction of the crowd over there is even more bigger than here in Europe. So they're really living for the music there, and that's really nice.
The scene is turning into a point to get to the bigger, the customers going to the bigger venues. So there's much more bigger events going on and good to market.
Oh, well, yeah, it's Japan. It's my second home.
I was in Kiev also recently, so it's, and there was VJs there, so now they're everywhere, and it's fabulous to see. I really like it.
I'm involved with Asia for a while in Japan, but I've been to China last year. That's a new country which is going big. Turkey is also big. Poland and Czechoslovakia and stuff. These countries are really getting really big now. So you feel that there is a new territory coming, and that's really good, really good.
Dance music is clearly enjoying a global renaissance. It reaches out to the four corners of the globe, to young and old, with its eclectic mix of powerful deep bass beats or upbeat melodies, or soft Balearic undertones, forever inspiring, forever providing a means of escape and enjoyment from the stresses of everyday life. Dance crosses boundaries and provides a banner under which people feel united.
Someone from South Korea can fit into it, someone from South America, North America, from Holland, from Germany. We all have a different approach towards that music, but we feel it the same way, and we get this intense impact out of that music. And I think this is, it's not really a secret, but that's the reason why I believe this music is going so strong.
For me, music is a language. So it's about speaking that international language and using a vocabulary that's simple enough on the surface so that everyone can understand the language, and at the same time has underlying complexity.
I think Dance for Life is a very good example. If you ask young people, say between 16 and 20 in the Netherlands, and ask if they heard about Dance for Life and what course they do it for, I think most people will know.
Lovers of electronic music actually start floating into the clubs, and that's something that's definitely sort of going to freshen up a lot of things again as well.
I see the DJ as sort of not really an artist. A lot of people do actually. They're thinking, well, it's just a guy spinning records. It's not really regarded as a fully artistic way of expressing yourself. But there are actually DJs that can take this to a higher level and spin a set that will bring you somewhere.
Dance is in the beginning it was very underground, but right now it becomes very mainstream, and you have these big events like Trans Energy, Mysteryland, Dance Valley. It's all kinds of different people are coming there, and that proves that dance music developed in a different way in the last couple of years.
I think with success, you're always going to suffer from that. That's the thing you suffer from being successful. But there's nothing wrong with that if you balance it by doing cool, credible things. It's a trade-off by doing big events that, yes, it's going to earn you loads of money because credibility doesn't pay the bills. But if you can balance that with gigs that are cool and that are underground and that are putting back something into the music, then what's wrong with making a few quid?
It's not about the competition, it's about you're on this road to unknown territories and you want to discover that. And that can be technique, like what you do with your mixing, but it can also be styles of music, the new styles of music or that you incorporate.
I don't really sort of understand all this pop stardom thing anyway.
If you're in it here for the money, you'll be gone in 2 years. I see it all around me. They're like new talents and hypes around people, and then within 1-2 years they're gone. If you are really in it for love of music, you don't need discipline because it's in your body.
Passion for music is something that you have or you don't have. If you don't have it, you should do something else.
The thing really is, for me, it's very important. I have a pretty clear idea about what my sound is, where I want to be at the end of the set, what I want to leave with the people. And at the same time, it's about the interaction with the crowd as well.
It's special. For me, it set me on fire or something. When I hear a good record, it's all I do it for. Mm-hmm. And especially when I see the crowd and the energy, which with music brings. You play a record, you see the crowd together, so much energy coming out, and well, that's a kick.
You have so many people from so many different backgrounds that come together in a certain environment. The music starts pumping, and then you have a unity of people. And then, for me, that's the love and the passion, and it's celebrating life. And I think it's like a world movement. And I think that's making the world very small, and due to a passion for dance music.
Away from the lights, lasers and sound systems, this is a business like any other. Those who let their artistic license rule over the cold reality of paying the bills are quickly forgotten. It's an industry which forgives but also forgets very quickly. But is it stuck in its own time warp? How is it tackling the new economies of the MySpace generation, where downloading and mashups are challenging artistic copyrights?
For the year from 2005 to 2004, worldwide record sales so far are down by 6.3%. But that's, not taking into account the preceding 4 or 5 years of equal decrease. So that means that overall, in a period of about 5 years, they're down by about 30%.
Downloading, it's very hot. Everybody, especially the younger people, are not going to the record store anymore, but just on a computer and buying stuff.
As far as I'm concerned, I can't wait to see the end of vinyl. It's the whole revolution is beginning to happen. So that is the future of music, digital distribution, definitely.